Welcome back to the Rainbow Six Siege Rostermania World Tour and the Brazilian leg of the mid-year shuffle. Oh boy, was Manchester a surprise for us all. We had a non-Brazilian team win the trophy for the first time in 12 months. But does that mean the era of Brazilian domination has come to an end? None of Brazil has anything to say about it. Beginning with Ninjas in Pajamas, these former world champions have fallen into slight obscurity over the last couple of years, with the new kids on the block in Furia taking up most of the spotlight. And now Muzi and Wizard have parted ways with NIP, leaving both Pino and Psycho the last remaining members of that 2021 roster. Fancy and Hates coming into the team as the new blood isn't necessarily a bad thing. Both of these guys are good, by Brazilian standards, which means they can be fucking scary anywhere else. Fancy especially was pretty solid on Furia back in 2022, with multiple LAN appearances dating back to SI 2021. So he's got the goods. Hates, on the other hand, is something of an unknown factor. Despite a half-decent 2 years with both Magic Squad and Keydstars, there's not a hell of a lot on him aside from being a solid support player. All in all, there's a lot to like about NIP right now, but I also have questions. Let's hope we get some answers by the time Stage 2 comes to an end. Making their international LAN debut at Manchester earlier this year, E1 have a bit to prove, showing that they can repeat their results from Stage 1. Keezy, Lender, Arthur, and Empties have all parted ways with the team, and Nil, Bassetto, and Live all come in to fill the void. Both players have experience at the top flight of comp, and while Live has had a longer career, Bassetto has actually had an international LAN appearance back in 2022 when Black Dragons made the quarterfinals of Jönköping. Their collective experience might help them climb up the rankings and book them a spot in Montreal, but it could also just as easily backfire as the more established teams find their footing again and E1 get overtaken. The ball is in their court. On the topic of the Black Dragons, only the one move to come from these guys during the mid-year shuffle. Laura gets his call up to G2 in Europe, and Hornetow returns to BD after 3 years away. Following its stints at INTZ, Magic Squad, and Keydstars, the man has come full circle and returned to the Dragons. He's been a solid player in his own right, but nothing has really stuck out in terms of results. Maybe coming back to the Dragons might just be what he needs to kickstart his career again. We've already made mention of Keydstars' departures of both Hates and Hornetow, so let's focus in on their newcomers. Miracle and Mr. Outlaw. If I got that name wrong, I do apologize. Miracle has just come off a Manchester run with Team Secret in Europe, and is looking to bring that experience back to his home region and a new team. As for Mr. Outlaw, there actually isn't anything on him in terms of results, either on Liquipedia or SiegeGG. So if this is his debut stage, then I wish him the best of luck, and I hope he has a long and fruitful career in Brazil. Finally, we come to MIBR, who kind of fell off a cliff in the last 2 years, not too dissimilar to NIP. Ever since their 4th place result at SI 2022, these guys have not done anything significant in terms of results, whether it was in the old CES system or the new Brazilian League. MIBR have effectively gone radio silent. However, this new lineup includes Rare and Bullet, so there might still be life in this org. However, Semper has been dropped in place of its Mankina, and I apologize again if I got that name wrong. Like with Outlaw, there is nothing on this guy on either SiegeGG or Liquipedia, so we may have a second debutant in Brazil this stage. And again, if that is the case, I wish you all the best. And with that, we are at the end of the Brazilian leg of our Rostermania tour. A quick and dirty one for this one because there wasn't really a hell of a lot to speak on, and I don't follow Brazilian Siege as much as I probably should. Next time around though, we head to the old APAC North regions of South Korea and Japan. Until then, this is your resident Silverwolf, signing out.